Hey! I am back. Where have I been? All around the world. I'm kidding. I've been right here. But there are a couple of new things with me. So of course we have the show and a new website, a new blog called Finish Your Plate JK. Make sure that you are following me on all social media platforms. I'm Love JeKeisha on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I mean, that's just me. That's who I am. I am Love, and I'm coming at you. So today we are going to make something that is featured on my summer menu. And it's so healthy, it's tasty, and it's flavorful. So if you live in Roswell or Alpharetta and the surrounding areas, you can absolutely order this meal from me, and I'll be happy to get it delivered to you. But if you don't, I'm gonna give you the recipe today, and you can make it for yourself. And it's just as well, because I feel you could put your own personal spin on it and make it probably even better than mine. But before we get started, just a couple of things. I mentioned my blog, Finish Your Plate JK. So it actually launches today. Yeah, launches today. So make sure you are following me, and on Instagram, if you tag 3 of your friends and share the post, make sure you're also following me on Love JeKeisha on YouTube. You have an opportunity to be entered into a drawing where you can win $100. $100 that will go towards your favorite food item or your favorite dress or whatever you want to do with it. It's yours. So make sure that you do just that. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So let's get into our recipe. So as I mentioned, the recipe today is going to be healthy. So we are making stuffed zucchini with a herbed cheese. It's going to be some smoked mozzarella, ricotta, regular mozzarella, and parmesan cheese, and some fresh herbs that I actually grow here in my garden. We're going to stuff them in some zucchini, and we're going to create a lemon garlic cream sauce to go on top. Pop it in the oven. It's literally the quickest meal ever. So in showing you just how quick it is, I have already taken the liberty of pre-slicing the zucchini, but I'm going to show you how you can do it in the event that you want to try to make this recipe yourself. You will need a mandolin unless you are very precise with a knife and can cut really thin. Get a mandolin. And all I simply do is I cut the ends off, and I try to create a flat surface, the flattest surface possible with the zucchini, and I lay it flat on my mandolin, and I make sure that my setting is on 1, which is the thinnest. So many mandolins have different settings, but you want the thinnest setting that you can on your mandolin. Lay it flat and slide. That first one is just the skin, so don't get excited. And you just keep going. And you get nice thin slices like this. And you know, summertime, or when the weather is warm. I'm not even going to say summer, because some people live in climates where the weather is warm all the time. That's mostly when a lot of fruits and vegetables are, I like to say, showing out. And that means just pretty much giving their best self. They're the sweetest, they're the tenderest. So my zucchini, I'm going to blanch them. And when I mean blanch, I mean I'm going to put them in some hot boiling water, literally for less than a minute, just so that they can become pliable and I can roll them up for our filling. So come on, let's go back to the stove and get started. Awesome. So now that we have blanched our zucchini, we're going to sit it to the side and we're going to take a little trip to my garden so that we can grab some fresh herbs to go along with our flat leaf parsley. And we're going to make our filling for the zucchini. So come on, let's go. Awesome, awesome. So we have a couple of things. I have some mint leaves and some basil. And I also have here, this is a lavender sage and it smells so good. But of course, just like with produce, you have to wash your herbs. So that's what we did. And we're gonna pull the leaves off. Here, that's so pretty. Let me set that to the side. And our basil. I'm gonna just pat this dry. And our herbs that we're gonna sit to the side, I'm gonna sit them over here. We're gonna use them for garnish. But look at that. I am so proud of my garden, y'all. I'm just so thrilled. Y'all don't even understand. And we're gonna take a couple of sprigs of our flat leaf parsley. Now I'm not growing this. I don't even have an excuse. Just not growing it. I want to experiment with other herbs this year, but some of the herbs I wanted to experiment with, I haven't even come across yet. So, and then I have pots out there where I'm still growing other things like chives, tomatoes, lavender. So, and all I do is I get all of my herbs together and I only want to give them one cut because I don't want them all bruised up. And also, I want you to be able to taste the herbs in the cheese. So what I have here is some whole milk ricotta. And I don't want to mix with that spoon. I want to mix with the spatula. And we're going to add to our ricotta, we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. A little bit of mozzarella cheese, and we're adding about 1/4 cup of each. And our smoked mozzarella. I love the smoky smell of this. I don't know, it's just, whew. I'm gonna tell you something really quickly, off subject. Smoked mozzarella is amazing in macaroni and cheese. There, I said it. No more tips, no more tips. And we're gonna take our herbs and add them to our cheese. And we're gonna mix. You don't have to add an egg to this or nothing. We're literally, this dish really could be, you could take those zucchini, wrap this cheese in it and eat it just like that. But not today. But it would be good. And to this, we're also going to add just a little bit of salt, a nice pinch of salt, and some pepper. Now, once our cheese mixture is all mixed together, I have a plastic bag here. It's my piping bag. If you've been following me, you know I do cakes, so I have plenty of piping bags. We're gonna put all the filling in here. Even if we're not gonna use it all, I can always take this piping bag, put it in a Ziploc bag, and store it in my refrigerator or even the freezer. Put it this way, that's what I would do. That way when I'm ready to make this again, it's already in the piping bag and ready to go. But I wouldn't leave it in my freezer for more than a month. And you're gonna push all your filling all the way down. And I'm not gonna clip this just yet. We're going to assemble our zucchini in our dish. So give me a minute, let me get that set up. So what I have here are some cast iron casserole dishes, our baking dishes. And this is exactly, I'm gonna assemble this in here, I'm gonna cook it in here, and I'm gonna serve them from this dish. So that's the good thing I like about cast iron. But what I do is I take the zucchini and I make a little bit of a roll with it, and I sit them in the dish like so. It's okay if it collapses. When we put the filling in, it's going to stand tall. So trust me, trust the process. And depending on how many you want to eat or how many you want to serve in your dish would be how many you put in your serving dish. And be mindful that a sauce is going in this. So a wonderful, rich, creamy garlic sauce. So you see why, even though they might break apart a little bit, it's okay. It's going to be rolled up. And when you put your filling in it and serve it with your sauce, nobody's going to be thinking about the fact that they got a broken zucchini. We are literally treating zucchini today like noodles. You remember the whole zoodle movement? Everybody was into the zoodles. God, glad that's over. I mean, or is it over? I don't know. I haven't eaten any, so it's over for me. And although these zucchini are stuffed with cheese and will have a cream sauce, they still are not very heavy, so serving a nice dessert will go perfect after this meal. It will actually be appreciated after this meal. So I have about 8, and I'm going to do just one, and I will, so you can see how it's done. And we're going to take our shears, clip the end off of our piping bag, and we are going to squeeze our filling in each zucchini. See, I told you it would stand up. And this is how you want it to look after you squeeze your cheese in the zucchini. Okay, awesome. Now that we have both of our dishes assembled, we are going to make the cream sauce. So come on, let's go back to the stove with our heavy cream, because this is going to send it over the top. All right, so to our heated saucepan, we're going to add our 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I want it all. Into our heavy cream. While this is actually steeping, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic, thinly sliced, because I wanted to steep in the heavy cream. Also, we're going to add the zest of 1 lemon. We're gonna add a heaping pinch of salt because there's no salt in the cream. We're gonna add a good bit of pepper. And we want this to steep for like 3-4 minutes. All right, there we go. We see some movement. And as you can see, it's starting to warm up. That's a good sign. And you can smell it. Just smell that. It smells good. We're going to go ahead on and add our Parmesan cheese to this. I really wish you all were here so that you could smell this. And guess what, guys? I did not use butter. And you know I'm a butter lover. And what we want this to do pretty much is just melt the cheese. Let the cheese melt in the sauce. But I don't want my heavy cream to curdle, so that's why I keep it moving. So we have our cream sauce finished, and what we're going to do is pour it over our zucchini, our stuffed zucchini. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. This right here is light and a little healthy. It's just about as healthy as cheese and cream can be, you know? But this actually can fully be executed with the pasta shells. And the only difference is I would actually put, probably layer the bottom with some extra cheese. So yeah. And you want to make sure that you get all the stuff because you still have a little bit of your garlic and your lemon zest. It floats to the bottom. So unfortunately, that's just part of this dish. And I want to divide it evenly between the two. So now, lastly, but certainly not least, we're going to take the rest of our cheese, some of this smoked mozzarella, and sprinkling it on the top. I bet some of you really got happy when I said a healthy meal. Did I say healthy? I might have, but don't get too happy because we eat over here. And we are going to sprinkle the top of it with a little bit of paprika. It's just, and this is actually smoked paprika, let me be clear, because there are a lot of different ones. But I use smoked the most, so. And we're gonna pop these in the oven on 400 for about 10 minutes. Then we're gonna check to see if our cheese is melted and it's nice and bubbly. If not, an additional 5 minutes, but it'll probably be ready in 10. So let's go. All right, so here we go. As promised, our wonderful, and this is so hot, I'm going to move it this way. And we are going to garnish it. I do have some leftover herbs that I chopped from earlier. And remember these pretty herbs that we did not use? Yeah, we're going to use them to garnish our dish. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. And it smells heavenly. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're gonna just stick that right in there. However, here is our stuffed zucchini. It's stuffed with a mixture of cheeses, ricotta, smoked mozzarella, regular mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. We made a cream sauce with heavy cream, garlic, and lemon zest. Poured it over our zucchini and topped it with the remaining smoked mozzarella and regular mozzarella. Popped it in the oven for 10 minutes and voila, dinner is served. I certainly hope that you make this recipe. If you do, please comment below. If you enjoyed what you watched today, please make sure you are following me. Also, go follow me on all my social media pages so that you can enter the drawing to win this $100 because I want you to win. Yes, I do. Also, it's been a pleasure. Come back and see me next week. Talk to you soon.